Test, and we're good. Lady, happy Friday. I am so glad I got you on this interview series because you are a story that needs to be told to the world, okay? We're talking in August 2020. And Teresa Rodriguez, registered dietitian extraordinaire with a great practice called Curious Mind, we'll talk a little bit about the origin story, but I want everyone to know that Teresa just started with nutraMetrix in March 2020. Okay, so if you're watching this as a recording, you know March of 2020 was a little bit of a weird time for everyone. Lots of transitions, and there we go with Teresa starting something new. And I want to acknowledge her nutraMetrix consultant, who I have in this room today, who is Kathy Quintiliani, who is not new to Market America, but we'll have her talk a little bit about her story with nutraMetrix. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, thank you. Teresa, let's just learn a little bit about your RD practice. So it's called Curious Mind. You are running a virtual practice. How many practitioners? Who do you market to? Tell us a little bit about Curious Mind.
Curious Mind is like curious of my mind, obviously. Has been in practice I'm an advanced level practice dietitian with multiple specialties, and I has been doing this for 28 years. And Curious Mind is my private practice for over the past 3 years because I want to do more like personalized nutrition, bilingual, and again, it's like my mind just getting into the patient. Yes, trying to find what's going on.
Always had a bilingual practice, or is that new for you?
I start mostly like both, but now lately I'm more like a Spanish speaking. Yes, because I believe that this has to be, we have to transmit this kind of message to the Spanish speaking population. And this is one of my mission in life. That I know that, and it's not only, I don't want only to do this in US, I want to do it in the world. And it doesn't matter if you speak Spanish, it doesn't matter where are you in the world. I want you to get the message that we are here for you. Yes.
So heart-centered. I love that. And Teresa, you're so cute. Before we jumped on, she said she picked her nail polish color specifically for her son in college. I just think that's so cute because we're all moms, the three of us.
Yes.
And Teresa, how many kids do you have?
I have one son, and he's a smart guy. I'm a gator mom. That's the reason that my nails are blue. And I'm now doing my life because he's now in college. My only son is in college. And this means I have the time to just work for you and work for our patients now. It doesn't matter where are in the world. Yes.
Not in the thick of things like I am, still changing diapers and going for walks and breastfeeding my son. I mean, it goes by in the blink of an eye, though. I do know that. But Kathy, when I first started with this company, you were one of those moms that I always looked up to. So you have to, for me, just tell people even how you got introduced to the company, and then when did nutraMetrix really spark in your life?
Sure. Well, I've been with the company for about 20 years now. So I was introduced to the company back in '98. I was pregnant with my first daughter. I was, one of those folks that was sitting at the stoplights and, in the middle of the night at 2 a.m, really worried about putting my daughter in daycare. I never thought I would want to be a stay-at-home mom, but when you're pregnant and I was ready to have a baby, my whole thought process changed. So I was the one back in 99 or 98 when there was no computer, you couldn't really research anything, and I was just praying for something. I literally was praying for a business to come into my life that I could still work because I love to work and be able to make money and be able to stay home and make the priority be my children. So Market America came into my life. I jumped on board. I had a second baby. So then urgency kicked in. So anybody out there who wants to know how this business works, it's when you have urgency in your life, usually is what gets you motivated. I had 2 babies now. I didn't plan financially, so I had to make this happen really fast. I was married at the time. We had to make it happen. We did, was able to stay home. So from 2001, I became a single mom. So I've been home as a full-time single mom, raising 2 children and working part-time with Market America. And it's been a godsend. So nutraMetrix, and really, I've always watched nutraMetrix. I've paid attention to it throughout the years. I thought it was fantastic. But as we know, things back in 99, 2000, mid 2000s, it was a lot of different in terms of mindset, in terms of bringing nutrition into doctors' offices. So it was really, it was 2018. I went through a bit of a situation personally, some medical challenges. I battled cancer, 3 different types over the 18 to 19. So it was March of 2019. I just come off my last surgery, and I made the decision to follow Sarah to the HP convention. I always watched Sarah, showing the plan, and I always felt that she's an incredible trainer, extremely knowledgeable, and I could learn from her. So went to the training, and in that moment, coming off of that extraordinary training, the absolute best training, I made the decision to jump all in 2 feet, and here I am. And obviously attracted incredible people into my life, one of them being, of course, most importantly, Teresa Rodriguez here. So
I can't wait for that.
And I want to just emphasize, I tell people, like, give nutraMetrix 4 full seasons, like commit to it for a whole year, because you're going to go through ups and downs and you're going to meet different people. And I promise you, if you keep shucking those oysters, you're going to find the pearls. And one of those pearls that we found, newly activated health professional executive, Teresa Rodriguez. But let's even go before with your practice, Teresa. Did you carry supplements? Were you doing things with genetics? What did that look like?
I did genetics, and also I carry supplements, but my main concern was like, they're not clean products. Even supplements, they're not clean products. And finally, I found a company that matched what I want. I want personalized nutrition. That is what functional nutrition is. And is to see the patient as a whole, not as a part, like your heart or your thyroid. I want to see the whole picture of the patient. And again, to use the gene test, nothing like, go around with symptoms, with physical assessment and labs to find out how is the person at this time, at this moment, and then how to help that person to reverse the disease, to reverse the chronic diseases that we have today. But again, my main concern before that I started with nutraMetrix was, okay, I did that. I did genetics. I used supplements, but they were not clean supplements, and there were no scientific base. And to start in this company, to have the backup and see the evidence, see the scientific evidence of that. Again, and more successful is my weight loss program, TLS weight loss program. That's the best. Yes.
I cannot believe, like, you just started in March. It's only August, and you just wrapped up a successful TLS program right out of the gate. You are a quick start, go-getter, but I know you also, I want to talk about, because I know you were able to do that because of you stayed in your lane, Kathy stayed in hers, you guys matched each other's efforts, you were the perfect team over the past couple months. So let me just rapid fire questions at you. How long was your TLS program that you just ran?
We start on July. Okay, we plan and say, okay, let's start in July 1st. And then we are like, oh, it's going to be a 5-week program, TLS 5-week programs, right? And it was so successful for, again, they're women over 40. I'm doing this with Glory Rodriguez, who is a functional nutrition dietitian too. And again, our minds trying to develop, and what's easy because already we have the educational material. We have the educational material, we have the products. what we have to find only was the patients that were willing to join us. And again, to teach that women over 40s and for them to find themselves again, that after 5 weeks, they were like, we want more. And Gloria and I, we were like, what am I gonna do? And we create like a BIP program for them. And then we has been teaching more advanced classes, like we're using, the skin products, teach them about, it's not only nutrition, internal nutrition, it's what you use, right? Your makeup for your skin to avoid toxins. And then it has been so successful that every Monday they want more and more, and that's it. I know.
So Kathy, talk a little bit about what your role's been in that and what technology you've helped out with, because this has been virtual. And you aren't together, like you and Gloria are a few states apart. You're in Florida, she's in Texas. Where your patients are from all over too, right?
Yeah, I have patients everywhere, Latin America, everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. So Kathy, tell me what you were able to put together.
So my job was really easy, and I mean that sincerely, because Teresa obviously, and Gloria is also a nutraMetrix HP executive with the company. Teresa sponsored Gloria into the business, and the two of them have worked together for so long. Like, I think sometimes they have the same brain. It's really interesting when I'm talking to the both of them, they just really, come at things from the same perspective. So when they came to me, after going through our incredible training, they went to the TLS 101, 201, nutraMetrix. They came out of the TLS Select Gene training with Dr. D and really said, Kathy, this is what we want. And I said, okay, great. Originally, they thought they were going to run with a 12-week program, but what they found was a little bit more challenging in terms of just, laying it out, keeping it moving, the price and all so forth. So when I sat down with them, I felt that they were really looking for an open enrollment situation where we could enroll people the first of every month, and we could also build it to scale at the same time. There wouldn't be more time, just a tad, maybe a little bit more time up front, but overall we could build it to scale and they could put it all over the world, as Teresa keeps reminding me of what she wants to do, and we can do it in different languages. So the key was, like Teresa said, the hardest thing for them was finding the clients. So I found out that Teresa goes on Facebook Live, obviously, often. She speaks with numerous doctors. She was doing a whole presentation on vitamin C with a very well-known doctor on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
1,500, 2,000, 3,000 or more people watching. I said, let's leverage that. Let's leverage your ability to do that. So what happened was, she said, well, how are we going to get the people? I said, well, we're going to build a form that you're going to have a link to, that you'll post a link, and the folks will get this link. They'll click on it. They'll enter their name, their address. If they want more information, they'll just give their basic information. They'll identify why they want to lose weight. What's the primary reason for wanting to lose weight? They'll pick their start date. So again, customizing it, always 3 months out. So in this case, July, August, September. They pick their start date, but here is the key. We set up the calendars and we sync their calendars so that the folks could actually identify a time slot with either Glory or Teresa. It didn't matter who. They would decide who was going to take the call. And now we're really engaging that client like they do as health professionals. They really can engage them. So at that moment, they would enroll them. And what enrollment was, simply, they had to pay for the program upfront. And I won't get into the cost. I'll let Teresa share that if she wants to, but pay for the program upfront. And part of that enrollment was all of their coaching fees, their journal, and their NutriCleanse, because that would then prepare them to jump into the first Monday, which we call Prep Week, 4 weeks of training, which brought them to August 5th, the following Monday. And that's when these VIP ladies who lost tremendous amount of weight have been so excited they kept it going. So the JOT form, it's JOTFORM.com, jotform.com. It's free. It's a phenomenal, easy tool to use. We're now using it for GeneSnip, and I can sync 2 calendars. So it's been really easy to attract people and get them immediately connected with a health professional, either Glory or Teresa.
And then Kathy, you use Calendly, right? For the Calendly.
Oh, and Calendly, yes. We use Calendly as well when we're making referrals and we're syncing up with appointments. So it's the technology of being able to, for the customer or the patient to select a time to meet with the HP, whether it be through Calendly, or in the jot form, we have to maneuver a little bit differently with the Google calendars, but it's the same concept. And Sarah taught me that. Sarah taught me Calendly, she mentioned it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. We can use the same tool when we're promoting the TLS, because we don't chase each other for appointments. And that's the biggest thing. We know when you speak with somebody one-on-one, therein lies the communication, trust is built, relationship is built, and that's when they take the leap of faith. And how can you not take a leap of faith when you're talking to Teresa or Glory? I'm like, I'm in, I'll do it.
Well, this is, I talk about this a lot at trainings, and that's that your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
And Teresa is a vibe. She is a whole vibe, and Gloria is the absolute same. And they're so high vibe. And when they're putting it out there in such a dynamic platform like Facebook, like going live, speaking their truth, you only want just more. Give me more. And I really like, because Kathy, a lot of practitioners will say to us, and I still hear this, I don't like to sell. Anyone here? I don't like to sell. 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 But listen, when I like something, I want it. Like, I'm totally texting Teresa when we get off this. Like, I want her shirt when she's done with it. It is so we want to buy things. We're still a very consumer driven market. And so when you put something out there and you just make it easy, right? Girls, with the call to action, right? And it's go to the job form, book an appointment. There's always that call to action. Teresa actually has her tribe chasing her. It's now not a sales process. It's a sorting process. Right. You get on a phone call and you say, this is what I have. Who are you? Are we right for each other? And you still can move on as friends. No one's chasing anyone. And it's professional. You can show up in such a beautiful way. And that's how I build my business. That's how I teach practitioners, to put these forms, put these call to actions on their websites and Facebook pages. And so thank you, Kathy, for listening.
Kathy is our angel.
Thank you for teaching. and Sarah's my angel.
Oh. It's like the mutual admiration club here. We're all like, no, I love you more. But Teresa, why don't we just wrap up, and then Kathy, I'll ask you the same question. But Teresa, what is your best advice for practitioners who want to start a TLS group?
Just right now, obviously, it's the best based on science. Is the best way to go, because it's the low glycemic index program, using the low glycemic index program. That means that a lot. That means a lot, because if you use the low glycemic index guide, you're going to decrease the inflammation in your body. You can reverse a lot of things. And that's the way to go. And that's, we believe that this program, and we have seen in our patients, that is going to be, is so successful, because it's what is based on science, knowing magic. And I'm going to advise all my registered dietitians to join us, to join this team, physicians to join this team, because obviously we can guide you to do the best way, guide you to do the best way. Our mission as a healthcare professionals is to do the best for our patients, right? This means that we have the same missions, and we have to spread the world. And we need to use programs like this, like a low glycemic index with the right supplements and even more genetics, to see the whole picture of that particular patient. And that's the reason that I believe that we has been so successful with our patients. Yes, join us.
Kathy, what's your best advice for NCs who are working with providers who want to run a TLS program?
I think for the NC, our mission is to hear the HP's want and need for their patients. So when your HPs come to you and they say, I want to start a TLS Select Program, my first question to them is, well, who's your audience? Give me an avatar, give me a profile of who you want to work with. And they went, okay. They got back together. They came back with wellness transformation for women over 40. So now we have a focus there. So where does the women over 40 hang out? what are they reading? What do they want to hear when you're on Facebook? So their messages always are in line with that particular profile of the candidate or the client they want in their program. The second of all is looking at the age group is also technology. Women over 40, I'm in my 50s, so you know, we didn't grow up with this technology. We have to make this very easy for this group to access the information. We can't have people clicking, receiving, clicking. It had to be one click, one call to action, and directly to the HP. So I think for the NC, we're looking at it more from a marketing, technical, and driving the clients into this program where the HPs, they've got all the knowledge they need to run with once we get the client in front of them. That's not my role. So it was leveraging technology. And by the way, I had no idea how to do a form from Jotform. I had no idea it existed. I Googled it. She said they wanted it. I said, okay, I'll do it. I had no idea. I just Googled it, figured it out, put it together, tested it, sent it to them, and they were like, oh my God, you're an angel. I'm like, oh my God, thank God it works. Like, really. I mean, so please don't look at me like I'm some kind of, you know, technological, savvy person. I'm not. So anyways, that's my best advice, is kind of come from your angle and look at that marketing and really help them along the way to be able to do that, continuously focus on that one call to action and focus in on that particular client that they really want to help in the moment. So that's what I think makes a difference and what makes the team work. That's thought.
It's a team effort. It's a teamwork. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Teresa, we got to give the people what they want. Can you, for all of our Spanish speakers, can you give us a little something in Spanish for our providers to take a look at this?
Ok, hola, mi nombre es Teresa Rodriguez, llevo como dietista hace 28 años y estoy tratando de llegar esta voz que se propague para que llegue a todo el pueblo que habla español. Así que aquí estamos para servirles, para ayudarles y únase a nosotros, únase a nutraMetrix, al team de nutraMetrix, para que juntos nosotros podamos llegar a más pacientes alrededor del mundo. Así que podemos transformar tu vida si tú te unes como health professional, como profesional de la salud, ya sea como dietista, ya sea como un médico, pero te vamos a garantizar que vas a tener nuestro apoyo, ¿verdad? Como nutricionista por 28 años, te lo voy a garantizar. Thank you, gracias. Thank you, Sarah, for the opportunity to give me to talk in Spanish for the people that talk in Spanish.
It is beautiful. It's beautiful.
I invite them to join us, to join our team.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gracias to both of you, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah. Thank you. Bye, Teresa.
Yay.